Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? Time for more E3. Gonna be not finishing up the year quite yet, but the final conference is gonna be held.
Yeah.
I think I can also slightly hear myself through Megan's headphones, but I'm not entirely sure. It might not be that noticeable or apparent generally. I'm just surprised because normally it doesn't happen. Don't feel bad about it. Don't mute yourself because you'll forget to unmute yourself.
No, I know. I just moved my headset a little farther away. It might have been just a bit too close.
Doesn't matter too much.
I don't know how, because it's like the ear it's attached to, so I don't know, unless it's picking it up around that. Either way, yeah.
Either way.
So
we're going to be doing some more of this. Once again, I don't have the conference for Microsoft for E3 2002. If anybody has that much like with the Sony one, let me know. I would love to see it. But for now, we got to do the same thing that we did with the Sony one. Once again, by Ryan Langley. And yeah, we're going to be just kind of going through this. Apparently, I also have this. Oh, the show floor footage. Yeah, that's something we'll be doing.
okay.
After. But yeah. So this is for the Xbox. Should be pretty interesting. Can still hear myself through Megan's headset. Weird. May just be because it's silent.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not
too
sure. I'm not too sure. I just very slightly hear myself. To be fair, sometimes like my mic picks up you through my headset. I might just need to get like proper noise canceling headset. I'm not really too sure. Anyway, Megan, are you ready?
I am ready.
Now, 2002, I believe, is a pretty interesting year for Xbox.
I think so.
I did see some blinks as expected.
I do really want to play the game. Like, I know I bought that one a little while ago because it's been on my list forever, but it just like, it looked so cool to me as a kid and I couldn't play it because I didn't have an Xbox.
And now you do through me.
I mean, yeah.
Although I still need to fix my 360.
Yeah, we'll get that though.
I'll do that soon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry. I've just always really liked 3D platformers, and obviously that one with the cat that can travel through time, I'm like, that sounds so cool.
David Hufford, Xbox
Blinks, here we go.
Manager for Microsoft.
Yeah!
Here at E3, we're showing 200 games that'll be available by the end of this holiday season. Some of the great games that are coming.
That is.
Soon. Dead to Rights from Namco will be out in the next few weeks.
Dead to Rights is
if you love Max
pretty interesting as well, actually.
You're gonna love Dead to Rights.
I have that one.
Okay.
The holiday season, we've got
cool.
A few big games. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Classic.
That's gonna be the
I love that game. I forgot it was on console too because I didn't play it on there.
Dragoon from Sega, where you get on this great
oh, that's cool. I didn't realize Panzer Dragoon was on Xbox.
Yeah.
And this game, Blinks, running behind me, which is really the first 4D character-based game.
So for people that don't know, Blinks was going to be the mascot for the Xbox. He was originally designed as the mascot, but didn't really work out, and Master Chief kind of took his spot very quickly, actually.
I do find it kind of funny, actually, that Sony has like a lot of animalistic mascots, so that's kind of what they're going for. And then Xbox is like, you know, our cat didn't work, I guess it's just gonna be a guy in a suit.
Yeah, right.
Like, Master Chief's a cool guy, don't get me wrong, but I just find it kind of interesting that parallel is very different.
Yeah, like, I think it's just an issue of, like, Halo just sold incredibly well. And Master Chief became iconic very quickly because of it. So it's like, well, let's lean into that. Like, Blinks, I don't know, I don't think Blinks sold, like, super well. I think it was seen as, like, an okay enough game. But, you know, and Master Chief was unique among mascots, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of the perception I had about Blinks. It's like, yeah, it sold okay. I don't know if it was included in any starter bundles. It might have been if it was supposed to be a mascot. But yeah, Halo just blew it completely out of the water. So, like, I completely understand where they're going from. I'm just sad we never got another Blinks game, because I think it would have been cool.
There is a Blinks too.
So no matter what
oh, is there?
playing, if you have the
I believe so.
You're going to be able to talk.
Okay, well, I did not know that.
Each other as we're playing games.
Let me actually see here.
Will be on Xbox Live. It's one of the most anticipated, massively multiplayer games of all time. Because there's no better
Star Wars Galaxies?
than find people out in the universe.
Yeah, that was the Star Wars MMO that they had.
Yeah, they're kind of just mentioning because you can play it online on the Xbox, because that's the whole big thing.
Yes, it had Blinks 2, Masters of Time and Space.
Well, dang, I guess I'll have to find that one.
Came out in 2004.
And it's on Xbox or 360?
Xbox.
I assume Xbox. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to take a look when we go out, because I didn't know there was a second, so I haven't been looking for it.
Well, there you go. Now you know.
And probably, well, assuming next time we do an Xbox one, it's going to depend on how many of these go through. Maybe we'll have it by then, I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
It might be a bit.
It's got two modes of operation. Firstly, it's a walker, a big four-legged walker with very big firepower. Secondly, it can transform into a jet and be used to fly around for quick relocation, maneuverability, and dogfighting enemy fighters. I've also got these enemy landing craft, which are setting down and dropping tanks off on the beach. Now what you're about to see, hopefully...
This actually looks really cool.
It seems alright. Which game is this?
I didn't see the actual game name.
Boo.
Maybe Mech Warrior or something?
Oh, okay. I mean, I've heard of Mech Warrior.
It's purely a war game, a first-person shooter that just so happens to take place while a big battle's going on.
I do like how it's a hybrid between like a full mech pilot and like a plane fighter.
It is pretty interesting.
That's great. That's always good for a laugh. It's a great big power kick because they can do nothing to you. You're just shooting.
See, this is the kind of guy that I expect to be doing like kind of the hype. Like, let me show you what this game's about, right? You can tell he's full of energy.
As they make their way to the front line.
Yeah, I guess Microsoft knew what was up before everyone else.
So it's all about just being stuck totally in the middle.
Which, to be fair, I think that's kind of a big thing with their marketing campaign. They're like, oh wow, the Xbox is so cool, it's so far ahead of everything else.
True.
So, it makes sense. Blade 2.
Yeah, I forgot they had Blade games.
I did too, actually.
Once again, probably not good,
days,
but yes.
Yeah, one of these days we need to watch the movies.
We should.
I've never seen them, so I'd be curious.
Yeah, I've never seen them either. I mean, they look good, but no, it's never... You guys know me, I'm not much of a movie watcher.
Yeah, I'm very casual when it comes to movies. I like the animation they have of like the vampires like turning into dust.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's cool.
They do have a lot of enemies on screen. I'm actually kind of impressed with that.
Yeah, that is quite a lot for this era of console. Which honestly is probably part of the reason why it's only on Xbox, aside from Xbox presumably getting exclusivity on it.
Probably.
Because yeah, I don't know if the PS2 can handle something like that.
So this is Blinks. This game is being developed by a Japanese company called Artoon. They actually created the Sonic the Hedgehog character for Sega way back.
I forgot about that.
And Microsoft, our Japanese game studios, will be the publisher of this title. It'll come out this fall, and as you can see, you're a time sweeper, a cute little cat that runs around across 40 different levels. You can see the details.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty interesting how, like, kind of like what you said with, like, how Nintendo and Sony kind of had, like, different mascot types, right? And then Microsoft also went in a very different direction with theirs. Because Nintendo, you have Mario, right? Small dude, cartoony. I mean, PlayStation's had a few, but, like, one of the ones I can think of right off the top of my head is maybe, like, Crash Bandicoot or something. Yeah. Yeah, the furry kind of like animal character who's like zany. And then for the Xbox, you had, you know, Master Chief,
So I just picked up
big,
those blue crystals.
badass guy in a suit of armor with a gun, right?
Like Lucky Charms scattered out.
All
Yeah.
look relatively different to each other.
Wanna, strategically pick them up.
They are. And then you have Sonic from Sega.
Then you have
Just
Sonic
like,
from
oh.
Sega,
This is sort of like a poker hand. And anytime
who is the,
Like, I know-
the cool animal, like, kind of thing. He's the cool
Yeah, 'cause, like,
guy.
I know at this point it was more like a third-party thing, but Sega very much was trying to compete with Mario with having like a cool animal dude.
No, for sure.
You're like, you know, what time control do I need, and what can I leave here, and what don't I need, and stuff. So, actually, I'm gonna do that. Grab a purple. And as you said, he's a janitor. Oh, got a bomb. He's a janitor at the Time Factory, and so he's
That's
got
a big
this,
explosion for a bomb.
Sweeper
It
that
is.
he uses to pick up garbage. And the
Oh, that's
garbage
kinda funny.
serves two purposes. He can either, as you see, you can throw it at enemies by blowing it back out the front of the sweeper. And at the end of the level, you can actually trade the garbage in for more gold.
I still hear like, too bad
So
Blink's
if you
never
think
got a
these
sequel.
parts are particularly hard because there's a guy there.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never heard anyone talk about it. And like I heard
Yeah,
this
that's fair.
game sold kind of okay, so I didn't realize there was a sequel.
Now the game state just
I mean, that is
stops.
understandable.
Stays right where he is. He's
That's
But
really
you also
Exactly.
got to remember, I don't look at a lot of
So I hit
Xbox
him with
games when we're
garbage.
looking
And now
at
these
video
barrels,
games most
they're
of the time.
stopped, too.
That Phil and Megan's like, yeah, I'll spread misinformation if I don't know about it, man.
No, I'm not trying to spread misinformation. I'm just genuinely ignorant. There's a difference.
Any person who attains complete mastery reveals their presence.
There's no Blinks 3, right?
There is no Blinks 3. Blinks 2 is the final game in that series.
Okay.
You
Dude,
are
Bruce
the
Lee.
champion of this monastery and of those
Yeah.
who cannot fight. Our future lies in your hands.
I find it interesting that they had like a Bruce Lee game like this.
I've betrayed my father.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me if martial art movies are getting more popular, because I know Bruce Lee was very popular in the heyday.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just in peace.
They've stolen the relic and abducted your
Yeah.
father. All is fair in love and war.
Yeah, I still always love like, you know, the story of Jackie Chan when Jackie Chan was like starting out, and he was like, I think an extra or something on a Bruce Lee movie, or like
Yeah.
one of the henchmen or something. And I think he said one of the greatest achievements of his career was Bruce Lee like beating him up in the movie.
Oh, that's funny.
Hi, I'm David Huff.
Brute Force actually just got this one.
I'm John Lunaway. I'm one of the
Yeah, you did.
representatives
You're
on
right.
Xbox and Microsoft Games.
So now we're going to show you Brute Force. This game is from Digital Anvil, the guys who created Starlancer on the PC and are also working on Freelancer, one of the big games here at the show for the personal.
I don't remember much of the
But
game.
this
I just know the
Brute
big gimmick
Force
was like,
has
oh
been
yeah,
called
4
in the United
characters you can play
States
as.
The next Halo. It's a squad-based.
The next
I mean-
Halo. That didn't happen at all, my dude. That is what he said, right?
He did. But yeah, I can see that being a trend at this time, because, I mean, it was pretty rare to have a game where you played as more than one character.
Yeah. Hold on, I just want to hear him say the line. Give me just one second.
Yep.
One of the big games here at the show for the personal computer. But this is the guide. So now we're going to show you Brute Force. This game is from Digital Anvil, the guys who created Starlancer on the PC and are also working on Freelancer, one of the big games here at the show for the personal computer. But this is Brute Force. It's been called in the United States the next Halo.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what he said. I just want to be sure.
And you can see
It's been
right
called in the
away
United
that,
States the
that
next
Brute
Halo.
Force comes with some darn big
Yeah.
guns.
No, that definitely
So
didn't happen.
I'm
I think
gonna
it got
turn
a
over to John
sequel.
and let John
I don't
roll
quite
you through the
remember.
demo.
Okay, great.
I mean, maybe.
Basically waiting
I
for
remember the
I
game
don't know,
was
like-
fun, but
But as
I
David
could
said,
see
it's a
them seeing how they would
tactical-based
think this
team
game
shooter.
would be popular in
And,
the States,
it's
considering
more
how
of a
popular
thinking
Halo
man's
is, but
shooter. Like, if
even
you
just
take
looking at
Halo,
this now, it does
you're
look like
just
it
one
might be just a
person.
cheap
In
copy.
Brute Force, you're always controlling these 4 characters.
like I wouldn't say it's a
And
copy
anytime you can switch between
of
any
Halo.
That's
Like
fair.
it's just a different kind of like
any of the 4
shooter
characters.
experience,
Let
third-person
me
shooter
get in real
experience.
close on a couple of these to show you the detail of the characters.
Oh no, for sure.
This is Hawk you're looking at now. She's our scout. She's really nimble and quick, and she has this cloaking ability that she can turn invisible.
Yeah, that was it. All the characters had like a different ability they could use, I think.
Yeah, that makes
And I'm
sense.
gonna take Hawk. She's our scout, and as I said before, she's got this stealth, predator-like ability. She can turn invisible. So she's gonna come up around this corner here just to make sure the coast is clear.
See if you can sneak around and get a better look at that thing.
And as you can see, there's a few enemies over there. So what we
Can't
want to
see
do-
that.
And as you also see, is the stealth up here is one of her special abilities, and it runs down if you stay using it too long. So what we'll do is we'll bring her out, and we'll switch over to Flint. She's our sniper.
Ah, sniper, gotcha.
Now the plan is here, while she's the sniper and we can start, pegging off these guys, we're gonna have Tex waiting in the corner, just in case these guys start zooming around. He can just open fire and light these guys up.
Cool.
So let's, oops.
Oops.
He had a bit of a leak.
Or at least
Yeah, good job,
He
Tex.
has a little sense of humor there. So this guy summoned a bunch of lava monsters that aren't real nice. So let me grab.
I like the
Tex
way
and
the game
come
looks, though. It
over
looks
and
pretty
help me
interesting.
out.
I mean, it does. Like, I don't think, like... I don't believe the game's, like, bad or anything. I just don't think it was, like, as big as they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, maybe the game is bad. Let me
I'll
actually
take
see.
care of him for me.
'Cause, like, I did play it, but I don't remember, like, much about it, so... That could be an indicator.
I mean, that's pretty telling. One of those games where it's fun as a kid, but it's actually kind of bad. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, huh?
So apparently generally favorable. So it was seen
Okay.
as good enough, right? Not the next Halo,
Some words
but
about how I'm going to die in agony, or that I shall rue the day that I crossed your path. Speak now, or forever hold your. Okay, you're fast.
see, it makes sense that they'd have a Buffy game.
Yeah. I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was pretty popular in the early 2000s. I don't remember exactly how long the show went on for, but it was pretty long.
It was a while, yeah. I don't think it was as long as we think it was, but it was for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite recall. 'Cause I remember years ago I was looking at Amazon and they were having some kind of sale on DVDs and they had like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer complete collection I never bought. But I think it was said there was like 190 episodes or somewhere around there. Because like I think it did go for around like 5 or 6 seasons.
Okay,
least.
it did go on for a while. It had 7 seasons.
Okay.
From 97 to 2001.
Try not to get your blood on it.
And it has 144 episodes.
Okay, I just misremembered the number then. I just remember it being a lot.
Okay, so it went on for a
yeah,
bit longer than
okay.
I thought, actually.
I do find it funny how they made the game basically as the series ended though.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a weird show, man.
Yeah, I remember it being a weird show. Like, I saw a few episodes here and there because my brother watched it, but I never got into it.
I'm the producer of the game. I've actually produced the whole series.
Good old Codemasters.
5.5 years. So this is where we are now. This is our E3 demo, running at E3 in LA, and this is Australia. Whoa! Show off our nice damage effects.
Yeah, that's right, just showing it off.
By running the car off the road. You can see, I mean, the detail in the whole of the stage. I mean, we've tried to realistically model the countries as much as we can. We've flown people out to each of the countries that we want to include in the game, and there are 8 countries to just make them look as.
If this is in Australia, where's the kangaroo?
We've accurately modelled the cars. We've got 14,000 poly cars in this game, so we're trying really hard to model them as accurately as possible and model.
Megan, that was the most fake laugh I think I ever heard from you.
Yeah, this is.
It wasn't fake, okay?
It's like 5 minutes later.
No, it wasn't
Not
5
fake,
minutes later, okay?
Maybe not fake, just incredibly delayed.
Yeah, I know.
got 16 cars in the game, so this is another one of the rally cars that we're using. This is a Subaru, so you know, we've got a whole selection. This is the service area. This is where the car's going to get set up and configured during the game. So you can see we've got all the Ford mechanics working on the car. If you basically go to car configuration,
you know, them animating the pit crews and stuff is actually kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
See all the car components that you're about to change. So you know, you can change your suspension settings, you can configure your brakes, you know, you can change your tires, and obviously when
gives you a lot of control, I guess.
Skip straight back into the car setup and drive the car out and carry on to the race. Okay, a couple of things about this stage. You can see we've got snow effects on the windscreen, so you can see similar to our rain effects. We've got snow sort of settling and being wiped away. Difference about this game is that we've got Nicky Grist doing the co-driver messages. He's pacing the stages individually, and basically he's going through every stage and writing the pace notes himself. So they're absolutely specific to every stage. So you know, it's the nearest thing to being, you know, Colin in the car with Nicky doing all the pace notes and everything.
Your rally racing games always seem kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't think I've played any rally racing games.
Drive this for a bit.
It's like, how are they different? Is it more just like route to destination rather than looping tracks, or?
Yeah, it's essentially like a time trial sort of deal.
Okay.
But the main unique thing is you don't have a map on screen. You hear your like co-driver, quote unquote, kind of tell you when and where to turn.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's unique. Rally racing is very unique in that regard.
Yeah, I mean that does sound pretty unique compared to a lot of other racing games.
Crazy Taxi 3. At least I believe that's a 3. Kind of looks like a lightning bolt, but
yeah, they did
say
adjacent.
3. How many Crazy Taxis did they do?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last one.
I was gonna say, I kind of wonder if we're gonna be nearing the end of the arcade driving game.
Probably.
Ooh, with this. Dead to Rights. Oh yeah, Dead to Rights. I see. I thought I remember enjoying Dead to Rights.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to try it sometime.
Yeah. And if you'd like... I actually remember when it came out, I always, like it's not related to True Crime Streets of LA, but the main characters I remember are pretty similar in terms of how they look, actually. And they're both policemen. So it's very much like oh, are they... No, well... I would sometimes confuse the two when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
With which one had the dog in it. It's Dead to Rights, the one with the dog in it. Because yeah, the whole gimmick with Dead to Rights is you control like the dude, but he's a canine policeman, so you command your dog to help you.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't remember the plot. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care about the plot. From what I remember. I just thought it was a neat idea.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Because even kind of just looking at this trailer, it looks more like an arcade shooter.
It does. I think it is more of an arcade shooter. But like thinking about it, I think this might even be the opening movie in the game.
Most likely, yeah. Go, doggo, go.
I want to say the dog might be named Shadow. I don't remember.
I mean, that's fair. I would probably forget little details like that too. Hostage free!
No, you tried. Nice. He's like, yeah, I did it, bitch. Yeah, it's back when bullet time was like the big thing after the Matrix. What was the... Oh, it is Shadow, I was right.
Nice.
See, I remembered. Yeah, I actually was pretty into games with like bullet time at this point. I always thought it was really cool. I was like, oh man, it's like slow-mo, it's like the movies. That's kind of sick.
I mean, it is a pretty cool mechanic.
But it's funny, because I've not really played Max Payne. And I know Max Payne is what made it popular in video games.
True.
Yet I played games like this, for some reason. Instead of Max Payne.
I mean, that's fair.
I forgot this game had these kind of sections. Weird.
A little bit, but you know, it's kind of the cool factor.
I mean, yeah. Make Shadow do something. Oh yeah, I forgot it did like the cool guy kind of thing with that. So you can tell this game is just going for like what looks cool. We'll do that.
Yeah.
You know.
That's definitely how they're marketing it. Yeah.
Protectors versus Blitzers. Death Row? I've not heard of Death Row.
Neither have I.
It looks like some kind of like sports game.
Yeah.
Oh, they swore.
You will lose. Mark my words.
You will lose. Mark my words. Yeah, we were just talking about this with the PlayStation 1, actually. The PlayStation 2 showcase. It's like, oh, well, what if they made like a unique like sports game? That's the only way they could make it like different. I guess here you go. This is them trying it. I don't know how I feel about it. It seems like it'd be kind of basic, to be honest.
It does look like it might be a little basic. It's a little weird to me that the ball doesn't reset after you score a goal.
Yeah. I wonder if the name of the game is meant to be like a bit of a pun, because they're on. Because I assume they're on death row, but it's also like could be seen as death throw because you're throwing a thing to a hoop.
Yeah, it's probably a pun. Honestly, I thought it was death throw at first.
I mean, generally favorable reviews, so I don't know. Maybe that's one we should look into.
That shot came from somewhere,
yeah, okay.
But he had a bit of trouble getting to it for some reason. Oh, that's the edge of state, you know, twice lost internationals 10-0. Once to England in '64, and then again to Italy in 1975.
Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, I'll add this one to the list. Not soccer, but I'll add Death Row to the list.
Against the post, block the shot. Loses the ball.
Damn, Portugal keeping it.
I do find it kind of funny that they're showing literally regular soccer after their own like unique sports game.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Ah, the hard disk. Hunter the Reckoning. I think I've heard of this one.
Loading up a church scene right now. What
Okay.
happened is you just escorted a little girl through a graveyard. You got to get her safely to her parents. And what you're going to see now is yourself entering the church with the little girl. All of our movies are done in engine, so it's not like a full motion video or anything.
Damn, that kid has like some
This is pretty cool.
kind of big feet and big legs, dude.
Yeah, the proportions are a little weird.
The way she's running too also seems a little bit weird. Ah, dude, tippers. This is where League of Legends got the idea. It has to be. And they stole all their other ideas when League of Legends is made.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
I'm not a League of Legends hater. It's just a fact they stole a lot of things from Dota, okay? It's a fact, alright. And this is very tippers. Little girl, demonic teddy bear, she's wearing pink.
He literally breathes fire.
He literally breathes fire. I don't know, Megan. This might actually be inspiration.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because Annie was, like, part of the first original champions, if I recall.
Okay, we're loading up our sewers level. We have a few. The game you work your way
Saving innocence will determine which ending you see. Ooh, multi-ending video games. We're entering that year.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty early for that, but...
Do knife attacks, kick. She carries a couple pistols. She's really fast.
I do remember when that was like the big novelty for a while. It was like, oh, you have a good ending and a bad ending, depending on your choices of the game, or in the game.
I remember that. I remember being a little bit later with stuff like Infamous, but I do remember good and bad karma endings being a thing for quite a while.
Yeah. I just think there was like a point in time when like a lot of games were doing it. I don't remember when it would have started, but I think you might have been right with Infamous. Because like some games have had it, like Parasite Eve 2 has it. You know.
Well, even stuff like Coder has it.
Well,
right?
yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic for people who don't know the acronym. But
Good job.
yeah, because it does have a relatively different ending if you go light side or dark side.
You'll see visually it's pretty cool. We actually have the water coming out of the pipes, a really cool fog effect. And it's just a really big level. The game also lets you zoom in. So you
I'm not too sure how I feel about this game.
go all the way in. Really
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem bad. I'm just trying to think, like, how it would feel.
At least looking at these few levels that they've shown off, it almost seems like it's too big of levels.
Maybe.
Because it's like an arena shooter, but you're like in these huge rooms with like a ton of enemies, and it seems like it might be very easy to get swarmed.
Yeah.
So like I could see it being pretty frustrating if you get into certain encounters or with certain enemies. It's hard to say. I think it looks okay. Now, like, I guess we'll see if we ever get the full game, but it doesn't look super good to me.
True.
Indiana Jones, huh? See, I don't think I've ever really seen much of an Indiana Jones game.
Me neither. You know, I actually, I don't know, someone put up this, like, long video. I never actually finished watching it. I should go back and maybe watch more. But he did this thing where he was like, I'm taking a look at every Indiana Jones game ever made. And I was like, there's more than just, like, one or two?
I also was kind of thinking that, too.
Yeah, because, like, I never heard of really any Indiana Jones games. So I was like,
I haven't heard of them either. Like, the only one I remember playing any of was, like, a demo of, like, the Lego game that came out.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I've never played an Indiana Jones game. I assume it probably plays very similar to, like, Tomb Raider or Uncharted.
I actually own this game, by the way.
Nice.
But yeah, it's like... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a video we can watch together sometime, too. Because, like, I don't know. It was interesting from what I remember. And some of the Indiana Jones games actually seem pretty good, you know?
Yeah, like if you want to watch this sometimes, I think that would be a lot of fun. Something different, too.
Yeah. Because I think his video is like 7 hours long or something like that. I was like, holy crap. Is there that many Indiana Jones games?
Made by a company over in the UK called Just Add Monsters.
I guess there is, yeah.
Is this shoot? Yeah, I remember this game. I played this one
The style of this game is very
a
much
fair few
set
times
Which one?
actually. This one. I don't remember
Yeah,
the
what
name.
is it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Megan. Wait for the title to pop up.
Well, I wasn't sure if it popped up or not because I couldn't really hear what he was saying.
I don't think it did.
You're actually in these kung fu movies.
Sorry.
It's,
No, it's okay.
show you some of the environment.
There you go. Kung Fu Chaos.
Okay, I think I've heard of the name before. I've never played it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I never remember the name of this one, but I remember what the characters look like.
That's really what these fighters
And I remember they play the song Kung Fu Fighting fairly often.
Sneak his way onto other movie sets.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah, it's like another game where, like, I think at the end it gives you like a compilation of like, oh, you were in this movie. Here's your fight scenes.
that we're not going to show.
That's pretty funny.
Lights! Camera! Action!
So, and as we go here, we'll start out with these 4 other players, and what happens is the scenery will start to change behind you. This is fairly obvious, and the Titanic's eventually going to hit some ice.
Sorry, I was being a bit of a troll, by the way, with the.
You're going to start to see all that.
What's the name of the game, Matt? Oh, it's this one. Yeah, what's it? It's this one. I was being a bit of a troll.
Yeah.
I apologize. You know.
You are.
Sometimes it's fun.
Throw the ice in their faces!
Ow!
And you always see the director pop up at different times to tell you where to go. So he'll tell you
Uh-oh.
where you need to jump. And where you
Sinking.
Need to, where you need to hit. And you can even pick up.
I like the concept of this game.
It's an
I
interesting
think it's
idea.
kind of cool. It's like a beat 'em up, but you're playing it like you're going through a movie with like a movie director, and I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I think the gameplay itself, like after you've seen the novelty, is probably not super good, but it looks okay.
Yeah, like I remember it being fun for like a rental.
Yeah.
Mace Griffin.
Mace Griffin,
Bounty
Bounty Hunter.
That's how you know it's cool, is when it starts off with like his name. It's like, yo, I'm John Bounty Hunter. Let's go out there and get some dudes.
I do like this lineup of game for Xbox. Seems like they're trying to find the cool guy.
Yeah.
And Blinks.
Yeah, and Blinks. Right? Like, I think they're trying to ride, like, high on Halo. And they're trying to find, like, games that match Halo, you know?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you can kind of see that a lot, like, a fair few of the games that, like, more than, like, Sony anyway, have kind of been trying this, like, space first-person shooter kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Or, like, you know, here's this cool guy doing cool things. Yeah. and you know, Blinks, like you said. Blinks is like the outlier.
I do find that kind of funny, considering it's supposed to be the mascot. Like, it's very different than the actual games they're putting out. Maybe that's part of the reason why they made Master Chief the mascot.
Maybe.
You know, aside from, like, Halo doing so well anyway.
Yeah. Because like we said the previous year, because I think we talked about this the previous year when they announced the Xbox and showed, like, Halo. Halo, like, changed the course of, like, video games, man. Halo got FPS, like, in console at least, like, on the map, right?
Yeah.
Like, after that, FPS was, like, all over the place. Like, not saying, like, it didn't happen before, because, I mean, you did have Half-Life and everything, but there's something about when Halo launched and Halo got really successful that just kind of, you know, like, I don't know, it just seemed like FPSs really took off after that on console again, right?
Well, yeah, I think Halo was one of the games that made it very mainstream on console, and was probably one of the first games that actually felt really good to play on a controller.
Yeah.
I mean, you have stuff like Half-Life and GoldenEye, and I mean, while they're praised at the time, they do feel a little awkward to play.
Yeah, they do.
So, Halo was one of the first to do it really well with dual analog sticks, I think, so that's part of the reason.
Man, Marvel vs. Capcom is nuts.
Yeah, I've always really liked the art style of this game.
Yeah, it's real nice.
I thought it was really cool to have like the comic book characters with the more somewhat realistic backgrounds.
Oh, Matt Hoffman's
they got a
Pro
sequel.
BMX 2.
The gist of the game is that you're on a road trip with 10 other BMX pros, and we actually did a real road trip back in November where we traveled from Chicago to Dallas.
Yeah, I wonder why like Pro BMX never really took off like skateboarding did.
I mean, I think this was kind of the point where like Tony Hawk in general started going down. Because I mean, even we saw with the Surfer game, like they're trying to put all these different like pro athletes into games to try and see which one sticks after Tony Hawk.
True.
So like it's possible that this genre of game just kind of went down after Tony Hawk 2. So Tony Hawk was like the only one that really stood out and stayed, and even then, from what I understand, it wasn't super great after 2.
I could believe that, yeah.
Aside from 4. And I mean, I know there's decent Tony Hawk games, but I know 4 was also relatively big.
Underground, Megan? Tony Hawk's Underground?
Well, I know Underground is good too, but I just mean in terms of like mainstream appeal. I think 4 had a higher mainstream appeal. But I don't know. I didn't play a lot of them. I only ever had 4. I think I played a little bit of 1, but I think we might have rented it. So I don't think we actually owned it.
Honestly, I think, like, no offense to, like, anybody that really digs Pro BMX, but I feel like you can make skateboarding look a lot cooler when you do this kind of stuff, right? It's
Yeah.
much more flashy. It's like, with a BMX, what can you really do? You can, like, spin your front wheel, you know?
You can spin your wheel, you can balance on like the little pegs. You can't really do a ton on a bike compared to a skateboard.
Yeah, like, it's not quite as flashy, right? Like, it's cool, but it's not, like, as flashy. It's not quite as cool as a skateboard. Same with surfing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, there's not really much you can do. But skateboarding, it feels like there's a lot of moves you can actually do in skateboarding, even if that's not entirely true. You know, like, I don't know, skateboarding always felt like you had a lot of different tricks you could pull off.
Well, there's a lot of tricks in skateboarding, but I think it's also easier to parkour between different fixtures in the environment too. Or doing stuff like this on the bike. That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's really cool.
But it's just like, would that work in real life? Probably, but it'd be really difficult to do.
It'd be really hard to do.
Like, I feel like you would lose way more momentum in real life. You wouldn't go nearly as far with that. I don't know. Maybe if someone is like an actual BMX, like, participant or athlete, they could probably let us know. But, I don't know. I just find it hard to believe with that much spinning that you would still have that much momentum.
Yeah. That's true.
But I'm also unknowledgeable, so I will accept the fact if I'm wrong.
I mean, I'm also unknowledgeable. It's just, I don't know, every time I see people do, like, Pro BMX stuff, I'm not quite as impressed. Like, this stuff's cool. Like, this stuff that they're showing here, like, with that is, like, kind of cool. Maybe not quite super realistic. I'm sure some of it you can do, but, like, I don't know. There's something about skateboarding that I think just has, like, a more lasting appeal.
MechAssault will also
MechAssault.
be out in the fall, and it's going to be an awesome
Yeah.
game for you to play with your buddies on the couch.
Day one.
It'll also be an Xbox Live exclusive game, so you can get online and play with your buddies. And as you're playing with them, you can also use the Xbox voice communicator to talk to each other. It comes from us.
Did they already abandon, like, the... Is that the fat controller? I can't really tell.
Making mech games.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
fat
that is,
controller.
yeah.
Mech Warrior franchise being the most popular of those titles. And John's going to
Man.
get us into the game.
For anybody that hasn't actually used the original Xbox controller,
Scale this game.
it's not good.
Over these people.
It's pretty bad.
Under my feet.
Yeah.
See, there's these tanks that don't like me very
I only ever used it a couple times, and yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, if you want, you can use it more. I do still have mine.
You can just collapse this tunnel, make sure none
Yeah, but why would I do that when I could just use a regular one?
True. For the
That's one
experience.
really cool thing about MechAssault is
The
that
fat experience is not a good experience,
the
though.
structures are completely
From what I remember, anyway.
And it's not just for glamour either. Some of them, they have purposes. Let me have to get this tank out. Let me show you a couple of them. Now, if you notice, had I not...
I'm not gonna lie though, there's a part of me that kind of wishes they kept the black and white button.
Could have been, is you could have taken out these bricks.
Yeah, I think it would have been kind of unique if they kept that. I thought it was kind of cool when I used the fat controller.
And then that would have stopped the tanks from crossing over to the city, which is where you really need to be. So I'm going to jump on over here.
Oh, there he goes. Never played MechWarrior. Or Mech Assault. Which one's this?
I think this is Mech Assault. I think I played a little bit of this before.
Wherever you shoot, that's what blows up. And we've got another one of our best friends over here that wants us dead.
That feel when like Armored Core will just come out in a couple of years and do this, but like much better.
Yeah, I will say in terms of tone, at least from what I played of Armored Core and what I've seen, this is very slow in comparison.
This is very slow. Armored Core is a relatively... Like, it's not super fast-paced from what I remember with the original ones, but it's definitely faster than this. The more Gundam. They take more inspiration from Gundam, I think.
Well, yeah, because when I played Armored Core 4, it definitely felt like you were gliding around a lot or like rolling around. It felt kind of cool.
Yeah. Because the original Armored Core was like 2004, right? Or am I wrong?
They also have a tactical purpose. If there's another mech shooting at you, there's tanks
I don't know, because I want to say we played Armored Core 4 somewhere around 2008 or 2009. So like,
there's all sorts of.
It's like, let me see.
Oh, the original Armored Core was 97?
Yeah, because it came out on the PS1, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I thought it was an Armored Core already was like out. Armored Core 2 was already out in 2000. Armored Core 3 was in 2002. Yeah, so this may have just not gotten traction. Man, I was way off of my Armored Core timeline.
Yeah, I kind of forgot it came out that early, but
I thought it was a 2000 series.
Yeah, it's more like late 90s to 2010s roughly, aside from the newest one.
MotoGP.
Nice. Do you think it's funny that I look at like the girl with the umbrella on the racetrack and I just think about the similar girls in like Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation 1?
You know, Megan, that does not surprise me with you.
I played that game a lot as a kid, okay, and I just remember them because they're Bandicoot girls and they're like spinning around umbrellas.
Good old NASCAR. I think I do have this game, actually. When I was younger, I actually used to think NASCAR was pretty cool. I don't know why.
I mean, that's fair.
Because, like, I think it was just, like, the racers. I don't know. I feel like NASCAR back then had a lot more, like, interesting characters. You know what I mean? Because, like, I feel like some of the drivers, like, had personalities that would stand out, right? Because, like, you had your Jeff Gordons, your Dale Earnhardts, your, Michael Wallace. Waltrip? I don't quite remember. You had, like, a few of them. And it's like, oh, you'd see their car and you're like, oh, yeah, I know that
guy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about NASCAR. I've never seen it. But Outlaw Golf.
Outlaw Golf. I do have this one. It's a good game. Different.
Is that really necessary? Come on.
I mean, an Outlaw Golf. Yes.
I mean, I suppose. I don't know. I'm just surprised she didn't smack the ball away.
That ball was hit with a serious vengeance. Oh, there must be something going on at home.
Oh. See, I like fun, silly little golf games like this.
I mean, I do like how different it feels compared to most golf games.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bit ridiculous, but that's part of the point, so.
Panzer Dragoon Orta. I remember playing this one a bit. I remember it's alright. Like, I think it's a good game. I think it's seen as a good game. Just, yeah, I thought it was okay. Didn't really appeal too much to me, for whatever reason.
That's fair.
Don't worry, Megan. One day you'll get your really good dragon game.
Yeah, maybe. I think in terms of like, at least the games that I know about, I think Lair was probably the closest I'd get to that, and it got gimped by just being forced to use motion controls. Maybe if Scalebound ever gets rebooted.
Quantum Redshift.
Well, this is cool.
Yeah, it seems pretty okay, actually. It's kind of like F-Zero, but not quite.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like a futuristic racer like F-Zero. I kind of like it. Although I still feel like we're a bit too close to the ship.
Yeah, we are, right?
Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just used to seeing clips from like F-Zero or Redout, but I feel like they have you farther away from the ship, or your camera back farther, because it looks like you're going faster.
Yeah, like, I feel like some games kind of miss that mark where they're like, let's shove the camera right up in there. It's like, nah, you can let them, you can be farther back, you know? It's okay to not have the ship, like, right in your face.
Yeah, because, like, I kind of understand what they're going for. They want you to be able to admire your ship. I assume there's probably some kind of vehicle customization. But it's just the fact you're racing, the vehicle takes, like, half of the screen, essentially. I don't know. It's just a lot.
You know, I will say one thing about, what was it, the Xbox or 360? I guess it was more of a, what was it, an Xbox thing? It might have been. Because I forget, does the Xbox controller, like the original, do they have like the little triggers? They have like the triggers on the side, right? Or on the back?
I think they have the one on the back. I don't think they have the bumper buttons like the RB and LB buttons.
No, they didn't have the bumpers. That's what the red and black buttons were for. But they did have the triggers, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I remember my thing back then was like, racing games had to be on Xbox. Because it was just the best way to play, right? You pull the triggers, it's like, oh, this is like the accelerator, this is the brake. It's like you pull the triggers, it felt so nice. Yeah. And you gotta remember, this is like in a time when you hit like the X or the A button to go forward, right? And it's
That's
like,
true.
So it's like, you know, having the triggers to pull, that felt really good for a racing game. You know?
Yeah,
compared to a button press.
Yeah, because I don't think the triggers really became standard in terms of like acceleration or braking in racing games until probably the PS3 generation.
I mean,
at least that's when I remember it, but I didn't play a lot of racing games, so I might have just missed the ones that did it.
Because I don't know, it just always felt so good.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. Like, even playing stuff, especially on, like, the PS4 and PS5 with, like, the haptic triggers, it feels really nice.
Yeah. Seablade. Okay, what can you tell me about Seablade? Because I haven't heard of that one.
Well, that was the one we just watched.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. What can you tell me about Seablade? Because I'm looking it up through Google.
Okay, I thought you thought that was the start of the next one. That's my bad. Okay, never mind. I'm just getting myself confused. Heyo.
Generally unfavorable reviews. I was gonna say, because it didn't really look that impressive.
Yeah, it kind of looked like they had a mismatch of ideas in there with, like, flying ships and everything. I don't know, it felt off to me.
Well, based on what the Wikipedia article says, it looked like the idea was you could kind of freely transition between, like, plane and boat mode or something.
Okay.
Which sounds cool, but you know. Probably really clunky, probably not that great.
It's El Diablo. Oh, she wasn't even trying to score.
Ooh.
I do find it funny that because Xbox is like a newer console, they seem to be getting a flood of sports and racing games.
Yeah, right. But I will say, some of their sports games are actually kind of unique, at least.
Well, they are, and like I kind of get why they'd be doing that, because I mean, if there's no games existing on the console, it's not like the sports players can really play anything on their console. They want to give them a reason to buy their console instead of just buying a PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I get it for like the first couple years. I just hope it doesn't continue to be a trend. Oh, that's interesting. I do like how this is a bit more of an arcadey soccer.
Yeah, like I like that. And then baseball.
Yeah, baseball.
That one swung on and hit in the air to deep left field.
Man, you know, probably not like a hot take, because I've heard a lot of people, even fans of baseball, tell me this, but baseball is a very boring sport to watch.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that's way more fun to play than it is to watch.
Yeah.
Because I know even like when I was younger, my friend was like really into baseball. So back when the Trappers were in Edmonton, we used to go to baseball games every now and then. And I remember having a decent time, but it also just felt like it went on too long.
Yeah.
With a deceiving pitch, fools the batter and strikes him out swinging. Swinging a grounder to first. Into right field, base hit.
Ah, here's Coder. That's the Republic.
Nice.
The Ebonhawk, right?
Yeah. I didn't realize they officially used the Coder acronym. I always thought that was a fan thing.
Yeah, I guess they did. Interesting.
That is interesting. I do like how it's just playing Luke's theme over this, though. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
At least that's what I remember, because this is the song, if I remember correctly, that plays when he's like looking over the Tatooine desert, deciding what he wants to do before they leave the planet.
Yep, that is correct, I believe.
Yeah.
Good job making good memory.
I'm a little bit of a Star Wars nerd sometimes, just not with everything. But yeah, I really like Knights of the Republic, although I am noticing they're not really showing much of Terrace.
I mean, they don't need to show much of Terrace. You'll be there for long enough.
Well, no, I know, but...
I know, I'm making a joke, Megan. I'm just making a stupid joke.
Well, I know it's a stupid joke. And I mean, it did look like there was maybe a level or so that I don't think was in the base game.
I mean, probably. Sorry, it just sounded like you're gonna take me a bit too seriously. I just wanted to get it out there. I'm just joking.
Well, I know. I'm just wondering if it was, like, relatively early in production at this point. Because, I mean, it didn't come out until 2003, so it was coming out next year.
I mean, maybe. Did it come out? Yeah, I guess it did come out in 2003, yeah. You might be right, then.
Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't have that quite fleshed out at the time.
Yeah, because even the UI and stuff changed a little bit, too. Like, it seems like they had a lot of the ideas done, but they're still working on it.
The joke for anyone not in the know is you just spend a really long time on Terrace. It's actually probably the worst part of the game, to be honest.
Yeah, like, I think on a casual playthrough, like, if you try and do what you can, I think it takes roughly, like, 3 to 4 hours, give or take. Steel Battalion's pretty cool.
I don't think I ever played it.
I never did either, but I heard about it. At least I think this is the one I heard about.
Into the real battlefield. Experience the sensation as you freely control a heavy armor vertical tank. Accept the mission and set out to conquer. This is your cockpit. These controls are your hands and feet. Quickly sight the enemy.
See, I don't know. I feel like I've heard of the name Steel Battalion, but looking at this, I don't know if I've actually ever seen any gameplay.
I mean, I don't know if I'm thinking of a different game or not. There was one on the Xbox where you're basically controlling like a giant mech, but that might be one that comes later, because it might be a Kinect game now I think about it.
And scrap your targets.
I don't know, I might be getting confused. I haven't played a lot of Xbox games, but I just remember that one being pretty funny because people were like, it's so frustrating to control the mech.
See, I just find that really funny, like, only because, like, we're literally in the second, like, year of the Xbox at this point. You're like, I might be thinking of a Kinect game instead.
I mean, I don't know. I just remember being a mech pilot game.
I just found it kind of funny.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't know. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me which game it is, because I don't quite remember. I thought it was Steel Battalion, but I might be just misremembering.
I mean, I think there might be multiple Steel Battalions. Did it get sequels? I want to say it might have. I could be thinking of
don't know if it got a sequel or not.
The machines of Skynet. So yeah, I'd be curious to hear what game you're thinking of.
I mean, I guess I can try and Google it while we're going through this trailer.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't need to know. I'm just kind of curious.
Well, I am too.
So this game seems honestly interesting. I kind of like the idea of like Terminator game like this. Megan?
Yeah, no, honestly, it looks kind of cool.
It does, right?
Oh,
I mean,
so I
it
just
probably
looked
didn't
it up.
do well.
I guess it's Steel Battalion Heavy Armor, so it's a different game.
Okay, so it is in the Steel Battalion series. Well, thanks, mate. Now people aren't gonna post in the comments what it is.
I mean, they might still get the thumbs up from people, probably.
Probably.
No survivors.
So the thing, I think the game was unique. This is a game I actually do want to own. Or do I own it now? I don't think I do. I don't think I picked it up yet.
I don't believe you do. At least I don't remember seeing it when I looked through some of your games before.
But I remember it being very unique. But I think, like...
What we're dealing with...
I don't know. See, I don't know if it's good. I can't really say. Because I know the idea is, like... Well, you know the thing, right? You gotta, like, check the people around you to see if they're the thing, or see if they've been infected.
Come on, Pierce. This is crazy.
So, like, to gain trust among, like, the people that you're with, you need to take a blood test. You need to give everybody else a blood test every now and again.
What this infection is capable of.
But I think part of the problem is some of them are scripted to become the thing at certain points in the game.
Like my dad
So it's like you can take a blood test, they won't be infected, then you'll walk through a door, and then they'll suddenly be infected and be the thing. Which I think is part of the problem.
It'd be kind of cool if it was more on like a random timer rather than specific events to the game. Like, I kind of understand why they programmed it that way.
Yeah.
But,
like
yeah.
Yeah, like if they did a modern thing game like that, I think that'd be great. And I could be wrong, but I think this game is actually canon to the movie.
Okay.
At least I heard it is.
Game over, Whitley.
But yeah, this is one game I do actually want to own.
Just beginning.
It seems like a cool game, but yeah, from what you said, there just seem to be at least some things that might be a little frustrating about it.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Toe Jam and
Toe
Earl.
Jam and Earl. See, I don't think I've ever seen this one.
I remember Toe Jam and Earl 3 a bit.
I like when the guy in the jackhammer just starts dancing, though.
Yeah. It's because she got them beats.
Yay. Alright, sure. I like how quirky it seems to be, though.
It is. Like, I think that's the thing with Toe Jam and Earl, like, as a series. I think it's a very quirky series of games.
My name is Matthew. I'm a
Hey, Matthew. I'm one, too.
on Splinter Cell. So what I can see here, there is a guy...
Damn.
Oh, nice. His first Splinter Cell.
Damn, the first Splinter Cell. Another game that I feel like really had quite a good go with a series, right?
It did.
I know it fell off after Chaos Theory, I'm pretty sure, but
yeah.
Still. This game made, like, stealth games a bit more common, I think.
Oh, for sure. I think it was pretty big in this generation for stealth games, along with Metal Gear Solid 2.
You can see that
Yeah.
we implemented physics on soft body, so these curtains are pretty interactive. You can, I'm just gonna show you what happens when I'm throwing a grenade on these curtains.
Yeah, like this game was honestly very pretty at the time. Like,
there you go. So
this is one thing that I think some people don't really realize. Like, that kind of fabric, like movement, you know, just things you could kind of interact with and bump into, like that. Like, it all just looked really nice for the time.
I mean, it does. Even in terms of textures, I'd say it looks pretty close to some of the early, like, 7th generation games for, like, 360 and whatnot.
Right here, controlling this little camera. What I got here, at the end of this...
the lighting as well. The lighting was also, like, superb.
There's also an aquarium right there.
Yeah.
With fishes. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make...
No! Oh, I was like, don't murder the fishes, please!
on the floor. I'm gonna shoot another one and create a bigger...
There you go.
No, they're dead. I do like how you can kind of shoot a hole, make a puddle, and I guess make a guard slip or something.
Yeah.
Are looking for me, and once they got both feet into the water puddle, I just have to neutralize them.
There you go.
Oh.
In the water.
That's kind of rude.
A little bit.
So this is a non-lethal weapon, which is really useful.
I like how they're trying some different ideas, though.
The highest rank of national security, you need to do that without leaving a trace. So you really need this kind of gadget. Notice once again the dynamic lighting provided by the games. Everything is fully interactive. You can shoot those lights. You can shoot any other kind of object. You can use object and throw them away to create a distraction and sneak around guards who are there looking elsewhere. On the
Yeah, so good. I used to play the Splinter Cell 1 and quite a bit. I think I played like 2 and 3 a fair bit too.
Yeah, I remember my brother was really into it for a while too. I just don't remember which Splinter Cell game he was playing when I watched him play.
I'm gonna hide the guy, and now I can continue my mission. Ventilation, and I'm gonna use my night vision to find my way into it.
We're playing Among Us now.
Very slowly because it makes noise. There's a guard behind there.
I do love how the trope of like vents big enough to like crawl in is like still a thing in games and movies.
Yeah.
Cause like what company's gonna make a vent this big? At least in Metal Gear Solid it was more realistic because he had to actually crawl on the ground.
I mean that is true, yeah. Theirs were a bit more realistic in terms of proportions. Or size.
Yeah. Still big, mind you, but more realistic. Oh, spiderweb's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sneak in slowly, without making noise. If I run, he will detect me, and the action will be over. Oh, it won't be over, but it will be much harder for me to reach my objective. So.
Take him out.
I need to force him, so I'm gonna slowly. Very slowly get there, and I'm gonna interact with him. There you go. So there's a little cinematics going on explaining all the action, all the plot. I can fully control the camera while I'm doing that. And now he is shutting off the security. But I will have more company. There are other guards that will destroy. There we go.
Kaboom!
Other guards.
Here they come.
Destroy the computer. So I need to get out of there.
Cheese it, Sam.
Bonk.
There you go. And I need to fight this guy. I'm gonna use my thermal vision to make it easier to locate this guy. There's one guy over here, attacking down.
Dead. After the moment they die, all the heat just leaves their body.
Yeah, that is kind of funny, actually.
And find my way to get my secondary objective, which are the destruction of the missile launcher.
Yeah, it does look like they were trying a lot of unique stuff with Splinter Cell for the first iteration.
Yeah.
Oh, the snake camera, that's cool.
Snake camera.
And it tells me that there's a guard coming. And that's about it.
I'm
very nice.
I'm the producer at Activision on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Yo.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
I like how we didn't even see 3 at E3, or did we? I don't recall.
It may have been last year on the show floor. We may have seen it.
I mean, that's fair.
I think they did have it. I think they're just pushing the BMX stuff a lot more.
True. I do like how this level is basically done, because this is one of the early levels in the game, from what I remember.
So I don't know if I played Tony Hawk 4.
I remember this level being pretty fun.
Rodney Mullen.
Voiceover for all the skaters in the game, so they'll present the goal to you this way. And this is one of our all new goals. It's called the combo goal, where you have to collect COMBO all in one combo.
Ah.
Almost.
Oh. I guess she did that on purpose.
Probably, yeah.
She probably didn't do it on purpose. It's just a good excuse to be like, yeah, look, you can do this actually.
I mean, that's true. I think... Oh, almost. I think at the time, like, it was pretty rare to be able to, like, instantaneously restart. Like, I think you would kind of have to, like, watch the cutscene again and reload and a bunch of stuff that made it kind of annoying.
I believe that's true.
Tricks you're trying to pull off, so sort of a tutorial type goal. So as the tricks come up on the bottom of the screen, you do the tricks to progress. And also,
Double impossible.
Double impossible.
There's a ramp on the screen that wasn't there before, so when you do some of the goals and complete them, new geometry is added to the level. You can go into the pause menu, and once you've completed that goal,
that's pretty cool.
Oh.
On and off.
I didn't know
Okay,
about
that's kind of cool. I didn't know about that either. I never noticed actually that it changed.
It makes the levels more adaptable, and you're able to change it up. So another one of our
that is pretty cool. I do like that.
spine transfer.
Yeah.
Where it allows you to go up one side of the ramp and come back down the other side of the ramp when you push.
Man, to think that was a thing that wasn't in any other Tony Hawk game at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
See, I just see that as being like such a standard in skateboarding games.
Yeah.
Well, my name's David
Yo, Acclaim! Truck Evolution! I don't think this one was good, if I remember correctly. I think Turok fell off hard after 2.
So I've been making Turok for 8 years now, and
I could be wrong, but I think that's the case.
I mean, that's my general understanding, but I've never played any of the Turok games.
Sniper pistol stealing that from Halo.
A little bit. The struggles.
Yeah, Jay, take out the melee. Yo, totally not a BFG. I guess that's a
I know, right?
Oh, okay, I see.
Oh.
It's like some kind of homing thing.
I mean, those are kind of cool, but they're really slow.
I think the deal is that they're instant kill, though.
Yeah. That poor guy.
Yeah, it's okay. He probably deserved it.
I don't know if you could say that about everything in, like, every game.
I mean, hey, they're trying to kill me. They probably deserve it.
Ooh, because you're the Messiah, or what?
I mean, in most of the games I play, I am kind of the hero. Other games, I'm the villain, but, you know, it depends on the game.
I mean, that's true.
Everything moves around and shakes. Even the blades of grass react to my touch. So anytime I move through the environment, I create motion and sound that enemies can react to. If you look around, you'll see a lot of just very subtle swaying motions in the world. Everything's very alive. It looks very real.
Does this look very real?
For the time period, I would say yes. Today, not so much. I'd be curious of what this guy would think if he could see, like, some of the games we have now.
Here you see some of the more kind of passive animals in the game. These are harmless herbivore
Killed them.
dinosaurs. Not really interested in attacking me.
Killed them.
Really doing their own thing, but you can see just how lifelike and beautiful these animals are. You can see the skin and the weight of their bellies, you know, as they move underneath the, you know, away from the player here. See, they don't want anything to do with me. Now, one of the important things about creating an environment with this level of interaction...
I don't know if they would walk away from you. I feel like they'd probably just swing their tail at you and get you away from them.
I mean, probably.
Bunk.
Oh. No, the poor Stegosaurus.
Yeah, it's okay. You probably deserved it.
That's kind of a cool mechanic, though.
That is.
So here you see a bunch of little baboons. How you doing, little guy?
Baboon. Die, baboon.
Oh.
Being mean to the baboons. Pretty soon they're going to decide they don't like that. They're going to start attacking me. So here you can see he's all mad at me now. So he'll start attacking me.
Avenge my brother.
Now as I move through here, you can see we have
Bull.
a dinosaur protecting her baby dinosaur over here.
Kill the baby.
Part of the AI in the game is that a dinosaur that would normally not be interested in hurting you.
I feel like he would. I feel like that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's just mean.
Now, can I just point something out here? I think he might be cheating a little bit. I think he might have cheated.
Yeah, he wasn't taking any damage.
Well, not even just that, but if you look at this, right? Like when he cuts the tree down. Wait. When he cuts the tree down, I'm pretty sure the Triceratops dies when he like hits it with his axe by accident. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, he's got like a one-hit, one-kill thing.
I think he's got a one-hit kill thing going on. I don't blame him. It's an E3 demo, right?
Yeah.
And I know they cheat at E3 demos. I know it's a very common practice.
I mean, yeah, for something like that, you're not trying to demonstrate what the gameplay like is gonna feel like in combat, but you don't want to waste time. So like, I kind of get it, but yeah, that's kind of funny you caught him in that.
Yeah.
I see pteranodons flying in the air. All of these can be shot. I also see other indigenous life in the game. Like a chimpanzee, isn't he cute?
You gotta stop killing chimpanzees and baboons, dude.
They probably
Oh, that
deserved it.
smile!
Wait, he smiled? Wait, hold on.
He had like a huge smile after he shot him.
I gotta see that.
See other indigenous life in the game. Like a chimpanzee, isn't he cute?
Yeah, you're right. See, mean, you can be mean. You don't need to be.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Lots of traps in the jungle. You gotta look out for those. Anybody who played the original Turok knows there's a lot of traps in the game.
Hey, his one-hit kill thing seems to be off. Or maybe it's on the axe. It might be on the axe, actually.
It might just only be on the axe, yeah. Maybe they haven't had a chance to test the damage of the axe or anything.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's just meant to be like a high risk, high reward thing where maybe you're more likely to get like very little hits to kill if you get that close. Who knows?
Who knows? Yo, Raptors.
You'll notice that the enemies can trigger the traps in the environment as well. That's an advantage the player has. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. For example, if I know
Bye, lady.
trap and I can lure an enemy into it, they're going to take
Ooh.
the hit from the trap.
That was really close.
That was.
So that becomes very useful in the game.
My name's Glenn Miner. I work at Digital Extremes, and I'm one of the developers of Unreal Championship.
Unreal.
We're trying to
Nice.
get to be what is the premier first-person shooter on the Xbox this fall. When Microsoft Xbox goes online, we think everybody is going to be playing Unreal Championship. First thing is,
I feel like Unreal is kind of another one of those series that kind of slowly petered out. Right.
Yeah, from what I understand, they didn't really adapt to how FPS has kind of changed after they got their popularity.
Yeah. The engine will live on forever, probably.
Yeah.
But the game, maybe not so much.
I wouldn't be surprised at some point, though, if Epic did, like, a remake of it.
I mean, hey, if they do, that'd be neat.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
Ice homeworld. And then the mercenaries. Alright, so let's get right on here. Alright. The great thing also is that we got 12 guns. There's a richer array of weapons to humiliate and destroy your foes. A lot of your old school favorites from Unreal Tournament you'll see in this game. This is the Goop gun. It's kind of a silly gun, but it's pretty fun. You can see I just got a double kill. I wrecked 2 people at once. This is the pulse gun. The coolest thing about the pulse gun is its alternate fire is this green shaft. Now, Unreal
I just got another double kill.
Team-oriented game. So some of the weapons you don't always shoot your enemies with. When you have the pulse gun, we go back to it for a sec. Oh, I got wrecked.
Oh no!
The pulse gun, the great thing about it is that you shoot your teammates with it. And while you're touching your teammates with the beam, it actually powers them up. And it's cumulative. So you can actually get 3 or 4 of your teammates together, all powering up one guy, and you can just wreak destruction upon your opponents. Great fun, great fun. There's actually some cool super weapons. I'll see if I can show them to you in another map. There's this one weapon. There's a satellite above some of the maps. And with the weapon, you can tag a spot. And the ion cannon on the satellite.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
This huge beam of energy.
Yeah, that's
make
cool.
A big explosion. It's very exciting. I'll show you that map in a second. As you can see, it's pretty tight, pretty action-oriented game. And the AI is pretty good. Oh, did you see that guy was flying? He was on fire. Oh, my arm got blown off. Oh my God. Very, very, very satisfying when you actually manage to kill somebody. You know, he's been spanking you for a couple hours. You're way ahead, but you actually finally get him, and you get to cut his arms off or something when you kill him. That's very, very satisfying. This is one of the Egyptian maps. Some of the architecture in this is absolutely stunning. Beautiful particle effects. Absolutely beautiful.
Man, they look pretty nice.
And you can see here the water. Check this water out. This is really cool tech. It's kind of rippling. When I run through it, see how it's rippling more? It actually reflects what's happening in the water somewhat. Very, very interesting. Some of the graphics in this game we think are head and shoulders above whatever else you'll see in a first-person shooter.
See, I like this guy's passion for it. He's clearly he's into it, and I believe him, right? Like, I believe he's into it.
Team deathmatch. But this
Yeah.
one I'm playing right now is called Double Domination. It's a variant on one of the original Domination game modes, and it's quite fun. What happens is there's 2 domination points in the map, and you're playing with your team trying to dominate both points. If you actually manage to control both points for 10 seconds, you get a point. Your team gets a point. It gets really frantic though,
Woo-woo.
because when one team has the domination point, they get the second one, a timer will start counting down, and the announcer will be counting down, and you'll have to run frantically to get there before your time runs out.
Okay.
Ooh, theories in development.
Vex? Nice.
Which one's Vex?
It's like a 3D platformer from this time period, from what I understand. Never played
Mario
it.
Beware.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I
Yeah, I
heard
don't
it's
think-
just kind of okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think. Oh, dark and edgy characters. It doesn't surprise me that you heard about this game and I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because, you know, you like your dark and edgy stuff.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if it's only on Xbox or if it came to like PlayStation later. I don't remember, but gameplay elements never seen before in a platforming game.
I mean, is this one you'd like to pick up at some point?
I mean, maybe.
I'll add it to
if
the
I can
list.
find it cheap. 'Cause it's probably cheap.
Yeah, every time you say maybe, I'm just gonna take that as a yes. I'm gonna add it to the thing.
Okay.
Because I can't take a maybe, Megan. I either add it now or I forget about it later.
Why not both?
How can I add something now and forget it? I mean, I probably could, I guess.
You could.
Great.
Because, I mean, I'll be honest, it's been a bit. I did forget about our list.
See, I didn't forget about the list.
Well, I guess I more forgot what was on the list. Unleash the damage.
Yo, Phoenix.
I'm Dan Vivoli. I'm the VP of Marketing.
Yo, NVIDIA.
So I'm responsible for all of the branding and developer relations and product management here. And
back when they were like, yo, it's the GT 930 or something like that.
In the box. And the real contribution that we made is with the pixel and vertex shaders that we put in those chips. That allows the games that you see on Xbox to be dramatically different than anything you've ever seen on a console before. So hair looks more like hair, cloth looks like cloth, water looks like water, and that really can change the experience and draw you more in to a much more exciting game. The second big contribution we made to Xbox...
Yeah, Microsoft had a really good advantage with the Xbox, probably being able to get in contact with all these like PC part manufacturers. People like, yo, can you put that in a console?
Probably. They probably already had their connections from their PC business, so it made it easier.
Yeah.
As you're running through a scene,
because I actually don't know what the PS2 had in it, now I think about it.
In real time
yeah, I have no idea.
The sound that gets sent to each of the 5 speakers in Adobe Digital setup. And that's unique. No other console has that capability. So you can get not just an immersive video experience or visual experience, but a completely immersive audio experience to go with it.
Well, it was made by Sony, so yeah, probably,
thinking ahead.
Yeah, they probably didn't quite have the connections.
It'll be another 3 or 4 years before the next generation of consoles comes.
I guess it was called the GPU 250NM.
3 or 4 years is an eternity.
Okay.
We double the capability of our chips every 6 months. So if you think about what'll be out
based on the GS 250NM graphics processor.
It's impossible to imagine the difference in fidelity. You know,
the device does not support DirectX.
On Xbox. I mean,
that's kind of interesting, actually.
What difference there's going to be in the next generation of consoles, and we hope to be in.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Kick-ass product. That's how you know you avoid that product when it's like, yo, it's a kick-ass product.
Yeah, 500 watts of power. That's pretty low now.
I mean, nowadays... Four satellites. Man, this seems very, like... You know... Like, with the times, you know?
Yeah,
it's like here's a bunch of like things going on screen and it's zooming in, getting out of focus. Now we're in focus. You know, we're cool like that. You never know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I do find it funny how we had like that era of commercials.
Yeah, right.
Surrender to the system.
Is that it? Okay, I was gonna say, I think that's it. Yeah, so a lot of good, like a lot of pretty kind of solid games for this system, to be honest.
Yeah,
like
no, there was
like,
a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, like not as many standouts as like what I believe Nintendo and Sony had, right?
Yeah.
But overall, like not bad though. Like the games that they had that were good were very good, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And some of them I do remember, of course. So yeah, not bad. So who do you think between the big three? Who do you think won out this year? Because we've now seen all the conferences. We still need to explore the show floor, but we've seen the conferences.
I mean, I think in terms of like the stuff that I recall, I think it was Sony.
Yeah,
Sony had a lot of like really good stuff, and I mean Nintendo had a decent amount of stuff, but I think there was still a lot of games that were relatively early in production.
I will admit it is a toss-up between Sony and Nintendo. Microsoft, like I said, had some good games, but I feel like the other ones had more. Yeah, you know, I think I am gonna have to give this one to Sony. Right? Nintendo had good stuff though, for sure. But I don't know. I just I don't know. It's a toss up, man. I'm leaning. My mind is telling me lean into Sony.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah. So next time we'll do the soon, Megan. We're gonna get to like the actual proper press conferences because I think apart from like 2005, which I'm probably gonna need to search for, I think 2003 is when they started like actually, you know, having the press conferences and archiving them. So soon there won't be this big like, okay, where do I find it? Eventually it'll just be there to watch.
Okay, good.
Which is gonna be
that
really
will make
nice.
things easier.
That'll make things really easy. It's early E3 where you gotta like kind of search some things out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next time we'll be looking at the show floor. I don't know if it's just gonna be this one, or if it's just gonna be like another one. I'll figure it out. But we will do something with the show floor.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, is that it for now? Do you think?
Yeah, unless you got something else to add.
Nah, I think all the games speak for themselves. All right, so thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We hope you all enjoyed. But for now, it's time to cue the outro. So Frag out, and we shall catch you guys later.
Bye.